He was exposed to the glitz and glamour of the Hollywood lifestyle way too young, and before the world knew it, he had passed away from an accidental heroin overdose. Keep watching to find out which celebrity I'm talking about. Disney has brought us so many memorable characters and breakthrough actors throughout the decades, so when we lose one or more of these stars forever, it's pretty tough to deal with. Today we're going to be talking about Disney stars who died tragically. Before we dive in and discuss, go ahead and click subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you'll never miss out on our future videos. And give this video a thumbs up if your favorite Disney star tragically passed away, but you hold on to their memory forever. Diving right in. In 1999, Disney graced us with the awesome movie The Jersey. Michael Galeotta starred in this film and had made a few appearances before and after on shows like ER and Ally McBeal. Well, Galeotta died at just 31 years old. According to TMZ, he had been rushed to the hospital after he complained of severe abdominal pains, but discharged himself before doctors gave him the all clear. Unfortunately, he was later found dead in his home in Glendale, California, and it was ruled that heart disease actually took his life. However, it was also revealed that he had had a history of serious medical issues like hypertension and high cholesterol, which no doubt contributed to the eventual death from heart failure. In a People interview with Michael's brother Jimmy, he said this whole situation, what happened to him, is heartbreaking. He left so quickly and unexpectedly, and it's got a lot of people in shock. Lee Thompson-Young starred in the Disney Channel original series The Famous Jet Jackson. Young played a secret agent in this show within a show and made regular teenagers feel like they too could be a super awesome secret spy. The show ran from 1998 to 2001. He ended up taking his own life in 2013. He had a few more acting roles after his leading role in The Famous Jet Jackson, including Chris in Friday Night Lights and Detective Frost on the TNT drama Rizzoli and Isles. The actor one day didn't report to set, which prompted the search for him, after which he was found dead, having taken his own life by gunshot. Young was apparently struggling with mental health issues and was being treated for bipolar disorder and depression. After his death, his family created the Lee Thompson-Young Foundation in order to bring awareness to the issue of suicide and removing societal stigma surrounding mental health issues. Young was just 29 years old. He was a superstar on the Disney Channel, but also someone that just wanted to make the world a better place. But although Cameron Boyce made a significantly positive impact in his short life, he died at just 20 years old in 2019. Fans were shattered when they heard about the story of Boyce's roommate finding him unresponsive in their Los Angeles home, and it was later confirmed that he had died of a seizure. His family released a statement in which they said that Cameron had been dealing with an underlying medical issue that eventually led to the seizure that took his life. Cameron Boyce was, of course, known for his character on Jessie, the funny, flirtatious, and totally outrageous little boy who always had something clever to say. And later he starred in Disney's The Descendants. His co-stars in those projects became friends like family, like Karen Brar and Dove Cameron, who were both heartbroken after the young actor's death. While alive, Cameron Boyce worked closely with the Thirst Project, a nonprofit dedicated to bringing safe drinking water to communities in various African countries. After his passing, Disney announced that they would be making a hefty contribution to the organization in honor of Cameron's life's work with them. Friends, how sad and shocked were you when superstar Cameron Boyce tragically passed away? Definitely let us know in the comments. Many people say that Brad Renfro's death could have been avoided. They say that Hollywood failed him as a young star. Still, others say that if someone has an inclination to get involved in drugs and criminal activity, there's very little that external forces can do to stop them. Well, controversy aside, actor Brad Renfro's death was indeed tragic. He was known for his early role as Huckleberry Finn in Disney's film Tom and Huck back in 1995, and viewers knew that Renfro was meant for great success in Hollywood. However, no one really knows what's going on behind the scenes, and apparently Renfro was struggling with addiction and substance abuse problems. He was essentially born into his addiction, trying drugs and alcohol very early on in his life. BuzzFeed tells us that he was smoking pot by age 9, drinking by 11, and began shooting up when he was 12, all the while suffering from a heroin addiction. Well, in 1998, Renfro was involved in the film Apt Pupil, which is where the controversy surrounding the film, Renfro's involvement, his death, and Hollywood in general all began. He got into trouble with the law on multiple occasions, like attempting to steal a yacht, various DUIs, and being arrested for possession of cocaine. Well, there were multiple lawsuits filed against the film Apt Pupil, directed by Bryan Singer, that brought to light the apparent exploitation of minors. Renfro attended many parties with other cast and crew members that really should have kept the guest list to adults only, considering Brad Renfro was just 15 years old. Well, Fernando Altschul, who was working on Apt Pupil, was outspoken about the issue, saying, "I feel like we've failed children like Brad in some ways. Maybe there should be someone who says a person in his situation isn't psychologically ready to be on such a volatile place as a film set. I don't know how you make that judgment, and if you're offering somebody money, how they're gonna say no to it." Brad Renfro was found dead following an accidental overdose in 2008 at just 25 years old. Bridget Anderson starred in Disney's The Parent Trap 2 in 1986, and as a child actor, she appeared in other huge projects like Golden Girls, Gun-Shy, and Fever Pitch. But viewers best know her as playing the absolutely adorable Savannah in the 1982 film Savannah Smiles. She definitely had earned her place in Hollywood after her amazing performance, which received critical acclaim, but unfortunately she didn't have many acting opportunities following those we just mentioned. As she got older into her adolescence, she struggled heavily with addiction, which obviously impacted her ability to work. Not unlike Brad Renfro, people still wonder to this day if an actress like Anderson, who appeared in Disney films or TV and film in general, should have been given the resources she needed to overcome her addiction and continue her acting career successfully. However, in 1997, Bridget Anderson was found dead from a heroin overdose at just 21 years old. Mark Tate Lynch started out in a very promising way alongside other members of the Mickey Mouse Club in the 90s who are huge stars today, like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, and Ryan Gosling. For a while, Lynch was having trouble launching his career since he was so talented but didn't seem to find the right gig that would skyrocket him to greatness within the entertainment industry. In 2000, he landed a huge role on Broadway as Simba in The Lion King. He held that role from 2000 to 2001, after which he competed on the American Idol stage. Sadly, his roommate found him dead in their New York City apartment in December 2015. He was just 34 years old. He had had to take breaks within his acting career to care for his mother, who had pancreatic cancer. Well, after she passed, it was very, very hard on Mark, and he had to take another break from showbiz. In March of 2016, people reported that he had died from an acute and chronic case of alcoholism. His friends remember him fondly, especially from those days in the Mickey Mouse Club. His co-star Dale Godboldo had this to say during his interview with People. "Knowing Mark during the MMC days as my little brother, I knew he was hugely talented with a passion for the arts and a passion for life. Mark was a beautiful spirit, and although he had endured so much, only wanted to spread love and inspiration." Traveling always comes with its fair share of dangers, but it caused a sad and terrible end for the young actor Matthew Garber. We knew him best as the young Michael Banks in the original movie of Mary Poppins back in 1964. Before that, he had starred in 1963's The Three Lives of Thomasina, and after that starred in the 1967 film The No-Mobile, and decided then to go back to school. He seemingly had a long life of success ahead of him, both in his acting career and through his decision to return to school. Between 1976 and 1977, Garber traveled to India, where unfortunately he contracted hepatitis. Although he flew back to London for treatment, the disease had spread and caused pancreatitis, which meant he was no longer treatable and the disease was no longer reversible. Garber tragically passed away in 1977 at just 21 years old. Karen Dotrice, his co-star in the Mary Poppins films, who played his sister, sat down with the New York Post to talk about working through the death of her co-star. She attributes 50% of the movie to Matthew Garber, and she says she hopes he's okay with how she talks about it. When stars have the ability to capture viewers, audiences, and fans through their incredible work, we're always excited to see what will come next for them. But when they tragically pass away, it's definitely hard to cope with the information. And it's sad to think that even if people are promising stars who seem like they have their whole life ahead of them, something totally out of their control can take their lives so quickly. Tell us, what are your thoughts about the stars we included here, and do you know of other Disney stars who died tragically? Leave us a comment below. As usual, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as we bring you more juicy info, gossip, and speculation about the shows and stars you know and love. Until next time!